Hi, Taurus. I'm Lisi, the hibiscus. Oh, there you are. Taurus, this can resonate in your past, present, or future, okay? Conversation, something that you're watching on TV, okay? Conversations, someone around you. This is a brand new channel, so press like, subscribe, notification bell. With the notification bell, you can get my lives, and now you'll have to wait until 12 hours from now. Excuse me. Okay, let's get started. The first one that came out was Nine of Swords reversed. Okay, then the World card reversed. Okay, so I feel like the nightmare is over. Okay. Some will say the Nine of Swords reversed is worse. Okay. Um, Give me a second. Okay. Because depending on what book that you're reading, it will tell you different meanings to that, okay? Or depending what deck of cards that you have, they will have different interpretations about what that means. The Nine of Swords, one seated on her couch, lamination of the swords over her, death, failure, miscarriage, delay, deception, disappointment, despair, reversed, imprisonment, doubt, suspicion, reasonable fear, and shame. Okay. The World card reversed, usually, being celebrated, but I feel like someone behind the cameras is going through a lot. They're embarrassed. Okay. I'm just saying because one thing I cannot stand when people stand to correct me on something, I don't really want to say too much because I feel like as far as the tarot, it cannot be taught. Like it should never be taught. That's something that is self-taught, okay? Every different interpretations, exactly the same thing with single person that reads it. We interpret it different because we carry different spirits. What your spirit might see might not be the same thing I see. Okay. So me seeing a nine reverse, some people would say, oh my gosh, the nightmare is over. Okay. No longer a headache. But it also can mean, that things have gotten worse. Imprisonment, someone's in prison, someone will be going to prison, or someone's not speaking about the prison days. Okay. And as far as prison, do you know, it does not have to be actual physical prison. Being in a relationship that's constantly a headache is like a prison. Okay. Being in relationships that is constantly headaches, constantly going at war, that's prison. Okay. Prison can also be like, although you're not in prison, being in the military is like being in prison. Okay, because you're sharing bunks, you're out on missions. Okay, you're dealing with what you got. Okay, I feel like someone here is actually like refraining from watching the internet. Okay, like someone is doesn't want to watch a certain program, or you could be watching prison stories, prison break on the internet. Also, I feel like the internet is down. Okay. And it feels like it's prison. Okay. I feel like the 10 of cups, the internet goes back up. And you know what else this makes me feel like? Just because you're in prison doesn't mean that you can't watch people from prison. Um, you could be a prison guard, or you've been to prison, or you're literally watching something on Netflix about prison, understanding the prison, but also understanding what it is to be in prison, in a personal prison. Okay, you don't tell the world what it is to be locked in your four walls. Okay, the 10 of cups, someone's finally released the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like for someone's paying someone's bond or something like that. They're being released. Okay. I also feel like someone has always lived their life coming in and out of prison, in and out of prison. Okay. If this is not you, it's definitely someone that you know. This could be your coworker. Your coworker doesn't speak too much about their prison days, and you might be getting to know someone and you're understanding what it is to be in prison because they're talking to you about it. Like this reminds me of like maybe a construction worker. It also reminds me of like an owner of a construction site, and you're hiring a bunch of people who are fresh out of prison. Also, like people who own restaurants, they tend to do that. People who are in what is it called? Work release. Someone could be possibly in work release, paying off their dues through work release. Okay, the five of wands and the lover's card. And I feel like they're telling you prison stories about what happened when they were in prison. Okay, so you don't have to necessarily go to prison to understand what goes on in prison. Okay, also, like you could be a security guard in prison. That's still the same thing. You get to witness people's nightmares, things that you can't speak of. You're working there 9 to 5, having to deal with prisoners, and you understand why they feel like they're in prison because you work in the prison. Okay, the four of swords, I feel like someone goes in at 4 in the morning. Okay, someone's working like a 13-hour shift. Someone's going at 4 a.m and getting out at 5 p.m. Okay, you're working extra hours. Okay, and you know what else I see? I see here in the near future, the prisons are going to start getting filled up. Okay, because the COVID-19 made it possible to release people on to oh, you know what else I see? I see a lot of major companies that what they're doing now is contracting prisoners so they can pay them less and get more work done, since right now there's a lack of people wanting to apply for jobs because of the COVID. So I see that happening worldwide, something that's not being spoken about. And also, like I said, I feel like these prisons are about to start getting filled up because that's how they get paid. I see it happening, like a lot of prisons are going to start getting filled up because there is going to be a spike on crime. Okay, the 7 of Pentacles. Um, well, okay, so you know what this reminds me? Someone's making money off of these prison stories. Wow. Okay, so you know what else I see? I see someone visiting someone famous in prison and doing a documentary. Someone that's what they dedicate their life to is documentary stories on prison inmates. You could be hired through Netflix, through just special documentaries that will be released on Netflix, YouTube. Something very special has not been released yet, but also someone's doing a documentary on someone famous that will be going to prison. I also feel like there will be a lot of celebrities that will be going to prison because of acts that have been displayed that are um in the midst of it being discovered. Okay, the Two of Swords is going to be as silent as they can make it, but I feel like there's you could be a blogger. Okay, if you're a blogger, I feel like you're having a special investigation. Also, I feel like a journalist can be watching me. You could be investigating prisons all over the world. Okay, it reminds me of Vice TV. Journalists, bloggers, documentaries for Netflix, for YouTube. Okay, this also reminds me of El Chapo. Okay, so someone could definitely have gone to prison with was probably in the same prison as El Chapo. Okay, because this reminds me of the holes. Okay, the tunnels that were dug. This is like really crazy. Also, I feel like someone will be escaping prison. Someone escaped prison, and I also hear that someone after they escaped prison, they got plastic surgery on their face so they couldn't be recognized. Wow, this really gives me all Chapo vibes. Okay, I feel like someone is going to try to escape prison by doing plastic surgery on their face so they're not being recognized by the paparazzi. because their face is known everywhere. The best thing they can do is change their whole identity. Also, I feel like someone very famous is going to rat on the elite, and that's all they can do is change their whole identity. Someone's going to go into witness protection. This also reminds me of Al Prophet. Okay, Al Prophet, he's go press like, subscribe, notification on his channel. He interviews a lot of mob bosses, and he knows his way in and out of the prisons. Like, he's very like knowledgeable as far as the underworld. This also reminds me of JC Wrong Too Strong. Okay, go press like, subscribe, notification. He knows everything about the underworld. Okay, that's what got them famous. Someone will be famous off of the war stories that they have either experienced. This also reminds me of Freeway Ricky Ross. Okay, Rick Ross, the boss. Okay, he was the security guard for Freeway Ricky Ross. Also, mind you, I think he was actually released at a prison. Okay, there might be a movie coming up. Okay, so I feel like someone's documentary, someone that is in prison has made lots of money off of their life story. It reminds me something of El Chapo. Okay, this definitely gives me El Chapo vibes. But I feel like someone is always going to make money one way or another because of the things that they have done in the underworld. Okay. And I'll let that be. I'll let it rest there. Before I get the feds trying to watch me. Blessings.